Hello, I'm Dragos, and in this video we are going to see how you can deploy a blog for free without paying anything using a modern framework that can help you host your articles directly on Cloudflare. So I'm creating blogs for more than 10 years. I've started initially with WordPress and then moved to a framework, a static website generated framework called Astro that can help you host your website. And I've created a blog theme that can be used for free to host your blog. And in here I have the article that we're going to use to set everything up. So basically all of this process, it will need about, I don't know, 30 minutes to host your own blog for free. Also, you can just test using this method to see if this is for you. You will need to have some basic knowledge with some things because we're going to use JIT to deploy our blog. We're going to use static pages with Cloudflare, and in the end you're going to use Markdown to host your blog posts. And yeah, I mean, this is more technical. It's not like in WordPress, you just go in there and you spin up an WordPress website and that's it. We're going to use the Astro framework for this, and all of the blog posts, it will be in Markdown. So basically, we're going to check what this Markdown is. Basically, it's like an file that holds the post details for you. And yeah, basically I have a free theme created, and in here we're going to use this, and I'm just in the beginning I want to show you how it's looking. So basically in the end you are going to have like an website that will look something like this. You can customize your logo and change it to what you want. You can put your own navigation in here. You can swap all the details in here as you like. But yeah, in this video we're going to take it slowly, step by step, with all the steps that you need to do to host your blog with Astro. And I will not cut this video. We're going to check in details and see how we can deploy this. And yeah, I mean, you will learn a lot of new things if you are coming, for instance, from WordPress. But yeah, this is the theme. It has also a dark mode. If you want to use it, or your others want to use it, you have like these components in here with the latest articles and things like this. You have a nice structure for your blog post like this. So you have in here a table of content. You have the tags in here. You have an image. You have the title with all the details, and you have the titles, and you have also some options that you can use to enrich the blog post with different components like this, with checklist and other things. You can add YouTube videos if you want. It has related posts, buttons. Basically, this is what I'm using to host my bitdoze.com website, and I've made this theme available for everyone to use it if they want. Yeah, and in the end, you can also customize the footer and all of these things. And yeah, we're going to use Cloudflare to host this for free. So you'll need to have an account to Cloudflare. You can create one for free if you don't have one. We're going to create an GitHub account that we're going to link to Cloudflare, because basically all of the files for our blog, it will be hosted under the GitHub, which is also free. Like this, I am using it for this demo theme that I have in here and for my main blog bitdoze.com. And I've created also an article with all of these things that we're going to follow, and it's using the same theme in here to show you all the details. So in the beginning, let's start with a basic overview of Astro and what this framework it is. So basically Astro, it's an web framework that can help you generate static websites. And I will not go into much details in here, but yeah, Astro, it's very fast, and it can help you have a very performant blog. It's way faster than WordPress, and it has a lot of nice things that can be used, like dynamic island. You can use it if you are like more advanced with various languages like React, Vue.js, Svelte, Solid, and so on. But in this video we're not going to focus on building code. We're just going to see how you can host a blog very easily with this framework. There are a lot of tutorials in the YouTube space, for instance, that can help you understand more of this framework. But again, you will need some basic knowledge of how you can do all of these things. Okay, and in here we're going to go and check all of the details that we're going to do. Again, you can add a domain to this blog quite easily. You will have SSL certificate for this blog with the help of Cloudflare. So you have everything that you want from a blog without losing anything. And again, if you want to customize something, you will need to try it with the AI like I am doing. If you want to, I don't know, change some basic things, or you can go directly and modify the code. And in here, the first thing that we are going to do is to go to GitHub, and we are going to create an account in there, because basically this will be the repository where all the details it will be stored for our blog. And I will create a fresh account in here for you to see how these things it's working. And we're going to sign up in here. And in here I will just add the email, and I will use my dragos.bidaze.com email. I don't think I have an account in here. I will set a password. I will create a username for this. Let me put something in here. Okay, let me put the Dragos be in here, my name. I will choose my country. Yeah, this video, it will take some time because you will need to create everything. Is not available. Let me put it like this. Okay. Continue. The puzzle. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Right now you will receive a code. I have here the code. I will copy the code. Okay, let me put, and right now we should be able to log in. So right now we have a GitHub account, and in here we don't have anything. So the next thing that we're gonna do is to go and install Node.js on our laptop. So basically for this to work, you will need to have Node installed, and already I've created a video with this. To install Node.js, you just need to run these commands basically in a Mac, or to download it directly if you are using Windows. I will not gonna cover this because I already have Node installed. If you don't have Node installed, you can go and check this video in here. I will add a link in the description that will help you set Node in there. Basically this is very easy. You just do it like this with installing Homebrew first, and then brew install nvm, and then we are going to use nvm to host any Node version that you want. And in here, for instance, if you are going to check if you have Windows, you can go and download the Node from here, and you just use it with your Windows PC in case you have Windows. So yeah, again, this is more technical for beginners. I hope I will not lose you until the end. But right now we should have everything in there. Let me close this. Okay, and you should have Node installed because this needs Node. And the other thing that you need in here is to have the VS Code. So for the ones that doesn't know, VS Code It's an tool that is replacing basically Notepad, but it can do more advanced stuff. So this one it's especially useful for developer because VS Code it is used to check files and have like a good format for this. You have also the terminal in here that we are going to use. And right now, if you have all of these things, you can go and move to the next step. Basically, for this to install it, it's quite easy. You just need to go and in here, and you just need to go and download it. Download for Mac. You can download it for Windows. It will look the same. It's just download it and you're installing it. I already have all of this installed because yeah, I'm using them quite frequently. And then we're going to fork the theme. So basically I have the free theme in here. So you will have the link into the article with the theme that will send you in here. So basically this is a repository with the theme demonstrations that we just seen. And in here, let's see. Like this. And in here you have the fork option. So I will go back for you just to see. So this is the interface. In here you will have the files. In here you have the details. In here you have a README with all of the theme details that can help you customize some of the things in here, and it's explaining how it's working and how you can set this theme up. But yeah, that's why I'm making this video, so I can show you directly. And in here you have the fork option, and for the fork I will just hit it like this. And in here you have the create a new fork option. So basically this it will go and it will clone the repository that I've created into your own repository. You see in here you have your own user, the one that I've just created. And in here I will have the Dragos Astro theme, I will call it, just to have a different name. I will put it in here like Dragos YouTube blog. Okay, copy the main branch only, and right now I will create a fork like this. And right now the fork, it will be created. So basically what this will do, it will go into my repository with the theme, and it will go and fetch all the details and the files. And in here you will have the copy of my themes into your own repository, and you can like make it public, you can make it private, it's up to you. But right now in here you see that you have a repository like this, and in here you will need to go and fetch the code like this. And in here you have the HTTPS, SSH, and the CLI. We are going to use the HTTPS to fetch the code for this, because basically you can go in here and fetch the details and modify them, but it's better to just go and put them on your laptop. So I will just copy the URL like this. I will open the code like this, and in here you have like options to open, and in here you'll have the open folder. Let me open the VS Code from the beginning, because maybe you may lose something. Okay, and in here it's like this, and in here when you open this you will have this navigation, and in here you have the explore with folders, and in here you have the options to open a folder and clone repository, and we are going to clone the repository. You have the details in here, and I will hit enter, and in here it will tell you where to clone it. Select repository destination. I will choose a folder. I have a website in here, and right now it will go and clone the repository. And right now, yes, trust the author, you will see that you will have the repository that it will be cloned directly in here. I have also some tools in the left side that it's helping me code with AI. This is what it is. And in here you see that you will have the public with images in here that I've set. You have the favicon in here, you have the source, and in here you have, in the source you have the assets. So basically in here you have the favicon that we are going to set. You have the logo with the below the logo better, you can modify it. You have the favicon with different formats, and in the asset you have the images. So basically these are the images that I've set for the demonstration of the theme. So basically when we are cloning this, the theme, it will come with my things in there. In here we have some configuration files, and in here you have the config, and in here you will put the URL and the title. You have the favicon and the logo in here with the details. You have the metadata, you have the contact details in here. Other things that we have in here, you have the menu. So basically this is the menu that it will be displayed in the header navigation with categories, contact, and everything like that. In here we have the site. So basically again you have the URL in here with the description and the name that we're going to use for SEO. You have some customizations option in here with post per pages. So this is how many posts it will be displayed in categories, tags. You have the no index for tags, which is set to true because you don't want to index all the tags in Google. This is for SEO. And in here you have the social icons like this. So yeah, you can add your own social icons in here, and it will be displayed in the footer. It will be displayed in the hero like this. And yeah, these are the basic configurations that we have in here. In the astro.config, again, you will need to put the URL with the domain that you are going to use. We're going to see how you can do that. And right now what we're going to do is to open the terminal in here, because right now we are going to use the terminal. And in case you have Node installed, nvm use node 22, this will tell the the repository to use this node version. And in here what we're going to do is to use the npm install. So basically this will install all the packages that are needed to run this. And right now, to see the details of this blog and what you have in there, you need to run npm run dev. So this is the command that it will just start your blog. And this is using the latest version of Astro, which right now it's 5.6.1. And if we're going to navigate to this URL in a browser, let me copy this. We're going to see that okay, like this. We're going to see that we have the blog in here, that it's hosted and it's working. So basically this is the blog with all the details. So what I will do first time is to clean up everything in there, so you can put your own things in there. So let me go and modify some of the things in there. Again, we're going to use the terminal for this. So in here I will just put like I will start modifying these files, and I will put the details with Dragos blog. I mean, this is just an example name for you to understand. So the first file that, like this, I will save the file, and in here we are going to copy all of these things and use them in the config. So in here you have the base URL that is going to be used, and in here it's the title, and I use the Dragos blog. I mean, this is just an example. You can put your blog details. Dragos blog. Like this. Okay, menu. In here, if you want to add some of the other things and remove some of the pages that you don't want in there. Okay, inside I will put also the URL in here, Dragos blog. like this. So I've saved everything. And right now what you can do is to go and remove all of these images because we are not going to use them. This is for demonstration. So you select them, you delete them. I'll move them to trash. Like this. I'll remove also this. I will let only the favicon in there. And yeah, in here you can add your own favicon if you want. I have my own favicon on the logo. It's up to you. You just replace with the same name if you want to keep it. And in here you have the content. And in the content you have, for instance, the about me. So in here, if you want to modify the about me page, you just need to modify all of these things. What I will do, and about it's the here the avatar placeholder for the about page, and in here I will just modify it so you can understand. Yeah, like Dragos blog. You have the authors, and in here you can create your own author. Right now it's one with Dragos that is created. In here you have the index that will fetch all the authors. In here you have the other pages with privacy and terms. So this is actually the markdown. So basically you see in here that the markdown, it has like this format. For Astro, in here you have the front matter with the details like the title, description, and if it's a draft. And in here you have the details. So basically like this we are using the H2. This is an H3. So you need 3 of these things. You can add images. For instance, this is a list. You have bold like this. So you can find a lot of details about markdown and how can be used if you want to underline. But this is the basic markdown syntax, and this is going to be used for all the details. And in here you have the posts. And basically in the post you have the blog articles in here, and I will just open one for you to see how it's looking. So in here again you have the front matter. For Astro you have the title. Basically this is the title of the blog. You have the meta title. This is optional. You can put it or you can use it or not use it. You have the description for the article that is going to be used for SEO. You have the date. In here you have the image that is going to be used. It is the author, is Dragos, like we have seen in the authors in here. And in here you have the categories with tags. And in here you have the markdown. So for instance, in here you see that you have a introduction text, and in here you have a H2. You have a notice in here, and yeah, an accordion and things like that. Right now this is more complex because I wanted to demonstrate how this theme is working. But what I will do, I will just delete everything, and I will copy something like that. And I will just put my article. So I will select everything in here. I will hit delete. So right now you will have a like clean installation without my details. And in here to add the new post, you just right click and add a new file. And in here you put the details. So Dragos first post .md or mdx. mdx is to use the components, for instance, to add YouTube and things like that. And in here we will add the title. So I've copied the title that will need to be placed between these 3 lines. And in here I will just remove the meta title because I want to have it the same. And in here I put Dragos first post. Dragos. Like this. You put a description in here. Like this. I'll just put it, and in here you put the date. So we're in 2025 04, and in here it will be 07, the to date, and in here you will need to add an image for this blog post. Let me go and fetch an image from desktop that I have just for you to demonstrate all of these things. Okay, desktop, and I will fetch the image, and the image it will need to be placed in the source asset images. You can put it in folders, it's up to you. So I will gonna use this image, it's just from one of my blog posts like this. And then we're going to open our first post, and you can let it like this with 2 dots, asset images, and in the image you will have the name like this. And right now you will have the post, and in here you have the author. You can create your first author in there. Right now it will use the Dragos. In here you have the category that it will show, and in here it will show you the tags. So yeah, you can put as many tags as you like. This should be the format. I will let only one like this. And right now we're just going to see what we did till now. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me save this. Because right now you see that this is trying to search for the same file. Usually it happens when this happens, you are just restarting again Astro like this. And right now let's navigate again to the article, and in here you see that you don't have other articles in here, like yeah, for this area can be customized quite easily. But for AI you see that you have this article. Right now if you're going to fetch this, you'll see that you have the Dragos first post, but you have only the image with the description in here, with the category, with the author in here, and the tag. So if you want to add something in here, we open the editor again, and if you go to the editor, and in here let's add like this is the first paragraph, and this is like just an intro, and in here I will add an h2 title like this, just for you to see. And then I will add a list in here, like first item, like this. You can add images if you want in the markdown format. And right now if we're going to add another title, h2 second title, we're going to go and check to see what it's in there. And in here you will see that you will have more details. Right now in here we have the table of contents that it will put the h2 titles in here. And in here you have the first paragraph that it will be shown. You have the h2 title with the list. You have the second title, related post. You don't have any related post because you only have one post in here. And you have the latest post, and you have the quick links in this area, again with the social media details. So yeah, right now you have your first post in here. In here you have the about that was modified. You see in here that I've deleted that thing. What other things? Series. This is a feature that the team is offering. Basically you can create series. If you are going to check my series, in here it will show you something like this. So basically you can build like advanced tutorials with like first thing, second thing that someone may want to do. And in pages you have the authors, for instance, Dragos with one post. You have the categories, technology only right now with one post. You can add more. You have the light and dark that it's working. Other things, again the about, the privacy that you need to modify it with your own things. The contact page, in here I will let a link in the description how you can make this functional, the contact form, because for static sites it's different. And for instance, if you want to go and modify this, I will show you. It's not complicated, but again we are going to do all of this in here. And in here you will have a source folder. Let me close all of these things, and in here you will have the pages, and basically the index page, it will hold everything for you. And in here you will see that you have a hero that it is used. So basically that is the text. And yeah, in here you have the other one with categories that it will be pulled automatically. You have the popular post, you have the blog post section, and yeah, then the postcards with everything. And in here you will have the components. Let me see where I've placed them. Layouts, components, and in here you have the components for the details. So these are the normal components, and in here, let me see, you have the footer, header. So for instance, for the footer, you have the details in here, and this will pull automatically the site details from the social and the site configs. With the favicon, you see in here the Bidoze logo better. You can create one with the same name. I have some widgets in here, and in here you have the hero, for instance. So in the hero section, you have that text and the details that you can go and modify. So join our community. For instance, you see in here, join my Dragos blog. You can modify the text in here. About find more about let's say news. I just want to show you how you can modify that thing in there. Right now, if we're going to open that again, you will see that this has been modified, and welcome to Dragos blog about news, and in there you will have the social icons. Again, social icons are pulled from the social in the components. Let me see. So in here you have the configs. Okay, let me close this. Config, and in here you have the social configs. So for instance, if you don't have a GitHub account, you can delete it. Maybe you have only YouTube. Let's say you don't have Instagram. And you can let everything like this. And then right now, in here you see that it has been updated automatically. It will use the link that you have in there. And again, in here, it has been modified already with all the details. So basically all of these things, it will be pulled automatically if you configure that file. Again, in here, you'll have the popular topics that you can modify. So right now I've used 3 of these things. It will show 3 columns layout. And in here, if we're going to open the pages index, you'll have like popular post, popular topics. In here you have a component like this, and in there you can go and modify it. So you can go into the components again in blog, popular posts, topics it's called, and in here you have a constants, and based on the tags it will pull the latest 5 articles. You can put whatever you want in here, just use 3. So depending on what post you are putting in there, you can go and put it in there. You can go and comment it. For instance, if you don't want to use it, you can change the number in here to show more. It's up to you. For instance, if you don't want to use that, you have like popular topics in here that it will be used in this area, and you can go and comment it like this. Okay, and right now if we're going to open again this, you'll see that you don't have that popular things. It will only show you the hero, explore content in here with categories, tags and things like that, and the latest articles. And yeah, right now you just need to add the things that you want in here and publish everything. And yeah, right now let's go and check some other thing in here. Okay, clone like a pro. So we've cloned the repository, we've installed everything in there. We've seen that, make it yours. So in here, I place some details that you can modify, for instance, in here, like where you need to modify the site config, where you have the post in here with what header you may want to use with the details in here. Like this, you are adding an image if you want, for instance, from an external one. It's up to you. So right now you have like everything in there. One other thing that I will like to show you is the fact that you can modify the menu in here. I just want to show you. Let me close this. So this is like more complex theme, but yeah, in here you have the menu. So for instance, let's say, so you see that you have the footer menu, what it will show you in footer. Let's say if you want to modify this to not be privacy, let's say you want to put it, I don't know, test. I'll just put it something like that, and then you will need to put the URL to the test page, and it will show in the footer in here. And in here, for instance, if you want to add something in the menu, let's say you want to add, I don't know, like services, just copy something like that and you put the services. We put the services in here. And right now, if we're going to check the menu, we're going to see that basically these things should be visible in there. So what I'm trying to show you in here, you see that right now you have the services tab in here. Of course, it will not go anywhere because you don't have any services page added. You need to add it. And in here, you see that you have the test page right now. Again, it's not there. So the theme, it's quite easy to customize, I think, but again, it's not for beginners, let's say. And right now, let's say you finish with everything. Again, you will need to change the Bidoze logo. And let me fetch a SVG just to show you how you can modify it also. Okay, let me open the Z browser. Let me put like Astro. I will just download this logo because it is in SVG like this. What I'm going to do, I will take this, I'll download the SVG like this, save file. Okay, too many things. I just want to open this file, and basically this is the SVG. And what I will do to not upload the SVG, I will just go and put my logo in the better logo. Basically in assets, you have the favicons in here. And let me see how I can just edit this to not see it. Okay, let me create one with the exactly same name. So Bidoze logo better. Favicons, new file. Bidoze logo. You can modify also the code. It's up to you. But in here, I will just put it like this. And right now, if we're going to check the file again, yeah, it's white. That's why it's not showing, but you see that you can put one that it's like a different color and it will show it for you. Maybe this is not the best one. I'll put this black one. Yeah, I mean, in here is just for you to understand it and see the best option. Again, in function, if you have dark, you should create one that it's also working for dark. And right now, if we're going to check again, you will see in here okay, I guess I opened the same one. Let me go again. I'll not edit anything. We're just going to see the struggle because like this things are working when we're trying to create your own website with like more code than other things. Let me logo dark. Okay, let me open this. Let me restart this. Because I see that logo doesn't want to show. It's only on dark. But again, I guess you understand. You see in here that right now you have the logo, but again, this being white like this, it will just be visible in here because the other things are white. Of course, you can modify the code to use a dark logo on the white one, like this. And then we're going to go and put all of the changes. So I will just commit all of these things in here. So to commit things, you can go directly into the VS Code, and in here you have the JIT with the changes, commit message, so my blog. Okay. Again, unsync changes. Allow. Right now it will tell you to allow this. Allow. And right now all the changes should be sent to the repo. So if we're going to open the repo right now, we're going to see, let's see, this is the dashboard, and I have the Dragos Astro. And in here you see that we have in the source all the details that has been updated just now. And in here, if you're going to go into the content and post, and you have only one post, the post that I've created, and you see in here. So basically right now you have all of the details in your repo. It's up to date. Again, right now you can go and modify it and push it. We're going to see that. And then we're going to go and check the other things. Okay, then we're going to go and link Cloudflare to this. So basically in here I have a Cloudflare account already. You can go and create one if you want for free. And in here, when you open Cloudflare, you have these options, worker and pages. And in here, you have the worker and pages, like this. And in here, you have the options to create something. And you have pages. And the first thing, we are going to connect to JIT. So basically, you will allow this Cloudflare to connect to your JIT repository and fetch all the details. Right now, I have the other repository. That is the main one, and I will add an account in here. I will do it like this, continue. I will choose the one that I've created right now. I will authorize to a repository. You can only authorize it to one selected repository. It's up to you. Maybe if you want it only to one to be more secure, you can do it like this and install and authorize. Okay, and right now you see that you have the GitHub account in here, and you have the repository that you are going to select. We're gonna begin like this, and in here you have the project name. I'll let it like this, Astro Dragoș Astro Trim is the repository name. You have the main branch like this. You have the framework from here to choose from. It's Astro. And in here, usually it should be more than enough to let it like this. Root directory, like environment variables here, you can add also the node version for this, but I will let all of the details like this to see if this is working, and I will hit save and deploy. And right now what this will do, it will go and deploy my site in the Cloudflare pages. So basically with Cloudflare pages, you can deploy websites for free. I think it was about 100, and basically what they're offering, the free plan is like 300 builds. So every time when we're going to do a change, Cloudflare, it will go to the repo and fetch the latest changes, and it will update your website. So basically you have 300 of these things that can be used for free with this. And right now you see that you have a website. So basically for this website to be live, it can take, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. So if we're going to check it right now, I don't think it will work, but let's see. So you see that right now it's not seeing the website, but this is normal. And we'll need to wait for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes for the website to be live, because Cloudflare, it will update the project. So continue to project. So in here you see that you have the project, you have the domain in here, and you can add a domain if you want for this website to use it with your thing. So I don't know, for instance, if you have, let's say, like a domain name, you can go and use it. Again, Cloudflare, it's offering the options to buy domains directly from them. They're offering the best price because they are not adding any extra, let's say, tariffs to the domain name. So in here you can go and register your domain registration, and in here registered domain. You can go and search for a domain in here, I don't know, Dragoș blog, let's say. Let's see if it's, and you have various options, .me, .work, .com. You see you have the price in here. You just go and confirm it and you buy it. Again, the price is very good. You have some cheap ones like work, you see in here. I don't know which is the cheapest one. .work, $7. Yeah, so you have a few options. You don't have like a lot of options. Right now let's go to worker and pages, and in here I have the Dragoș Astro theme. Let's open again the project and let's see if this is working. No, still doesn't work. Yeah, let's wait for a couple of more minutes for this to be set up, because it should have worked. But yeah, Cloudflare needs more time to configure everything for you. Yeah. Check network connection. Yeah, normal again. This should take about 5 minutes for everything to be up and running. So let's wait a little again for this to finish. And again in here, okay, I hit again in here, and here you have the metrics for this. You have the number of requests, for instance. You have the options to activate web analytics for this. You have the custom domains, and in here you have the options to set a custom domain, for instance, for this. So if you bought the domain, you just put it in here, you follow the steps, and Cloudflare, it will configure the domain automatically for you. In here you have some integrations. I didn't use the integrations with anything, so yeah, I don't know much about them. And in here you have the settings. So you have the domain settings with the things that you've set in there to use. You see you have the build configuration with this from here. The files are served and npm run build. So basically this command is run by Cloudflare to build your site. So if we are going to check it in here, if you're going to run it, no, like this, I will close this. So npm run build. It's used by Astro to create your statics site. So in case you have any problems, you can run all of this in here, and in here you see that it created all the pages for you. So in here you have the 404 page, you have the about page, you have the author page, you have the index, you have the category pages, RSS, contact, you have the search because this is also having search, you have the tags page, you have only one tag, AI, right now. And then you have the blog post. In here you see that you have the Dragos first post, and in here you have the images. So basically Astro it will convert the images automatically to use the better option like WebP. I've set it, and in this way you have all the details. You have a sitemap with index.xml that it's going to be used. Let's see if this has been deployed. No, doesn't like it. Yeah, let me open again, maybe a different browser to try it. Let me try in this one. Reload. Yeah, we still need to wait. Automatic deployment are enabled. So it has been 5 minutes. I don't know. Okay. Non-encrypted algorithm, it tells. I guess they want us to usually should have been working by now. Okay, so eventually it started working. So it can take about, I don't know, 5 minutes for all of these things to work. But right now you see that we have a website with the SSL certificate, and now you see that we have the logo that it's dark. In here, it's showing the dark one. You have the first post in here with the details, and if you want to add another post, it can be done quite easily. You just open the Visual Studio again, and in here you go to the files, and in here again let's create a second post for you to understand. So let's go to pages, components, okay, content, posts, and in here I will create a new file, second post, .mdx, and I will copy the header like this, and I put in here the second. I will not add any other image. Okay, this is my second post. I will add something just to have it. Post like this. Second title like this. And right now I've created another one, and yeah, usually it's better for you when you are doing that to just run npm run dev, because in this way we are checking that everything is in the right way and it's working. And again, we're gonna go in here into the Zen browser, and we are going to open, let me put it like this again, the local version of this. And in here you see that you have the second post, it has the same date, and in here we're going to open the second post, and in here you have the title and everything, the one that we've set. And right now, if you want to send all of these details in there, you just go in here again, you are going to the JIT, you are just putting the second post, and here you see you have the changes, and you see that you have the new file that is committed, commit, always second, and I will sync the changes. Okay, and right now the changes are sent to the repository, and if we're going to open again the Cloudflare pages, you see that you have the deployment in project. So what this did, it went to the repository and added the second post, and then Cloudflare seen the change and said, okay, something changed and let's fetch everything. And right now it goes and fetch everything in there. And in here you see that, for instance, right now you have, like in pages with Slack, you have the second post in here. And if you are going to refresh again the Dragos Astro, we're going to see that you have the second post in here. So it has been deployed. If you're gonna click it, you have the URL in here with second post. You will have the title and the details in there with the details, with the category in here, with the table of content with second post like this. You have a related post right now because you have another post in the same category. It doesn't need to be in the same category or tag. Basically, this is fetched from the tag, and in here you have the latest post. And right now you can start and enjoy and deploy your articles. And in here, if we're going to check the title, for instance, you will have the title of the blog that we've set. You have the description that we set it in there. You'll have the canonical that is going to be used from the site configuration, and all of the things that are needed for this. So yeah, this is how you are setting the post. And in here I've created some details and another detail that will help you add the things. So there are some commands if you want to run it manually, the repo, and in here you have the local development, npm run dev build with preview to preview the builds, and all of the flow that you need to add everything. In here you have some options to change the colors if you want in the global CSS, social links that we did, the menu, we did this, logos, content, we've gone through all of these things. And yeah, I mean, you have like all of these details. You have some troubleshooting things that will help you with this npm run build. So you can go and check these details for more information in case you, I don't know, are seeing problems. So yeah, it didn't take like 30 minutes to deploy this blog, but I hope you, I don't know, understand some of the things, and the video wasn't all over the place, and it helped you create like, I don't know, a nice blog for your website. I hope you enjoyed the video. In case you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.